There is a new term making the rounds, and it's called AI brain fry. You have probably felt it even if you did not have a name for it. It's that specific kind of tired that happens not after a long time of work or a long day of work or long hours of work, but after a long day of trying to keep up with tools that keep changing, updating, and multiplying. It feels like mental static, like your brain has tabs open that you cannot close, exactly like your browser. I'm Sahar Andrade. I'm your AI whisperer, a neuroscience, neuro-leadership-based leadership consultant. I'm a Forbes Coach Council member. And today we are talking about what is actually happening in your nervous system when AI overwhelms you and what to do about it. Let's go. What is AI brain fry? And I know it's a new term. AI brain fry is not a productivity problem, it's a biology problem. Here is what is actually happening. Your prefrontal cortex runs on glucose, sugar. It has a metabolic budget. Every decision you make, every new interface you learn, every time you switch between tools draws from that budget. It's exactly like you put money in a bank and you keep withdrawing money from it till it's red. This is called decision fatigue, and it's well documented neuroscience, not theory. Now add AI to the picture. In 2024, the average knowledge worker encountered a new AI tool, update, or workflow change every 6 to 10 days. Not every month, every 6 to 10 days. In one of my other episodes, I think in season 3, I called it the AI whiplash. Every encounter requires something very specific from your brain. It requires what neuroscience call cognitive reappraisal. Your brain has to stop what it's doing, assess whether this new thing is a threat or an opportunity, decide whether it's worth the energy to learn, and then attempt to consolidate it alongside everything it already knows. That process alone depletes glucose reserves in the prefrontal cortex. Do it repeatedly, daily, on top of an already full leadership load. That is AI brain fry. And here is what makes it different from regular work exhaustion. Regular exhaustion depletes you after output. You worked hard, you use energy, you need rest. AI brain fry depletes you at the input stage, not output, input. Before you have even produced anything, the learning itself is the drain. Which is why leaders describe feeling exhausted by AI even when they have not used it to do anything yet. Just the presence of the demand is enough. Why executives hit this harder? Not everyone hits AI brain fry at the same rate. Executives hit it harder. And there are 3 specific reasons why. Reason 1, identity threat multiplies the metabolic cost. When you have built a career on expertise, AI does not just feel like a new tool. It feels like a challenge to the thing that made you successful. The amygdala reads identity threat the same way it reads physical threat. It fires. Cortisol rises. Threat response activates. Now your brain is simultaneously trying to learn the new tool and managing an active stress response. The metabolic cost doubles. Research shows that AI-heavy employees are burning out 45% faster than their peers. That is not because AI creates more work. It's because the threat response running underneath the work drains the system before the work even begins. Reason 2, context switching at the executive level is uniquely expensive. A frontline employee might use 1 or 2 AI tools in a defined workflow. An executive is expected to understand, evaluate, approve, and lead AI adoption across entire departments while simultaneously running the organization. That is not one context. That is 5 or 6 contexts, switching rapidly with high stakes attached to each other. Every context switch costs the brain approximately 20 minutes of refocusing time. Imagine, at every interruption, every switch, it takes the brain 20 minutes to go back to normal. Calculate that, but how many times it happens a day? How much did you lose? At the executive level, uninterrupted blocks of that length are rare, which means the brain is paying the switching cost repeatedly without ever completing the recovery cycle. That is not inefficiency. That's neuroscience. Reason number 3, the absence of permission to not know. Here is the one thing that nobody talks about. Executives are expected to lead AI adoption, to have the answers, to project confidence, which means many senior leaders are managing AI overwhelm in complete silence. They cannot say they are lost. They cannot admit the pace is too much because the role demands they appear certain, calm, confident. That suppression of the stress response is its own metabolic cost. Hiding dysregulation takes energy. Performing composure while internally overwhelmed accelerates the depletion. Executives are not just tired from AI. They are tired from pretending they are not tired from AI. The chicken or the egg? What to do about this? 3 things, practical, neuroscience-backed. You can use these this week. 1, consolidate before you add. Your brain consolidates new learning during rest, specifically during sleep and during low stimulation downtime. If you're adding a new AI tool before the last one is consolidated, you are not building capability. You are creating interference. The rule is simple. 1 new AI tool or workflow per 2 weeks, minimum. Not because you're slow, because that's how long the hippocampus needs to move new procedural learning into long-term memory. 1 new tool, 1 workflow per 2 weeks, minimum. Organizations that violate this timeline do not accelerate adoption. They create the exact resistance and failure rates they are trying to avoid. 2, name the threat before you manage the tool. Before your next AI onboarding, before your next tool demo, before you open another tutorial link, do this. Ask, what specifically about this feels threatening? Is it the time cost, the learning curve, the implication that your current method is inadequate, the fear of getting it wrong publicly? Name it, out loud or on paper. Naming a threat reduces amygdala activation. This is documented in neuroscience research, going back to a landmark UCLA study on affect labeling. The act of naming shifts processing from the survival brain to the prefrontal cortex. So naming a threat reduces amygdala activation. I always used to say, feel it, own it, name it, and claim it. So own the threat and name it. It reduces amygdala activation. You cannot learn well from a threat response. Naming the threat is the first regulation move. This is the foundation of my proprietary BRAIN, B-R-A-I-N method or framework. Regulation before strategy, every time. 3, protect 1 cognitive peak per day from AI demands. Your prefrontal cortex performs best in the first 90 to 120 minutes after full wakefulness. This is your cognitive peak. Most executives feel that that window is too small for them during the day. So they fill that window with email, messages, reactive tasks, including AI-related demands. Protect that window. One task that requires your best thinking. No AI tool management, no new learning, no tool switching. Your brain has a budget. Spend the peak hours on what only you can do. Let AI handle what does not require your peak. That is not resistance to AI. That is strategic use of your most finite and fine resources. AI brain fry is real, it's measurable, and it's not going away on its own. The tool will keep coming. The AI will keep coming. Adding new tools will keep coming. The pace will not slow down. The organizations that win are not the ones that adopt the most tools fastest. They are the ones that lead AI adoption from a regulated nervous system. If you want to understand where your nervous system stands in all of this, I have 30 free minutes conversation. No pitch, just clarity. Book a leadership clarity call. Link is in the show and description notes. I have the link down there. Share this episode with one executive who has been calling it stress, but has not been able to name it. This might be the name they needed. Like every time before I go, I ask you to show me some love. Save, share, subscribe, leave us a comment. Help us get more subscribers. Thank you for making us in the top 2% global podcast on AI for executives. I love you. Until I see you again. Peace out.
1